welcome to the shop. It's Clint. I'm here at our shop today. I hope everything's going good with you guys out there. We're taking a break. In fact, if you look behind me, go ahead, Demi, and turn around. There's all the guys. Wave, guys. Hello. They all took a break, including Maddie. Hi, Maddie. Everybody took a break so that I could come to you today and give you a quick 5 to 7 minute tutorial on how to do mortise and tenon joinery. Now, we're not going to get super complicated with it because that would take all day. Really, it takes a lifetime. But we're going to start with a couple simple things. All right, a mortise. What is a mortise? Here we go. A hole or recess cut into a part designed to receive a corresponding projection, or a tenon in this case, on another part so as to join or lock the parts together. All right, tenon. What is that? A projection at the end of a piece of wood that is shaped to fit into a mortise and form a mortise joint. What does that mean? This is a tenon, a projection at the end of a piece designed to fit into a hole. In this case, a square hole right there. Okay? Let me put this guy in there. Boom, it fits together. Now, you can get super complicated with this stuff, okay? I'm going to show you some examples. You've got the loose tenon. Now, a loose tenon, for all of you guys and gals out there that are using biscuit joints or domino joiners or things like that, that's essentially a loose tenon. You can see where the tenon floats separately. It's not a part of either piece of wood. So like in this case, we have, whoops, stuff falling all over the place. We have a domino. Here you go. That's a domino. We've cut a domino hole in one end, so that would be a mortise. You stick that guy in there, pop. You've got your corresponding piece right there, and voila. See? Mortise and tenon. So that's using a floating tenon to join the two pieces together. All right. Now, you've got a pegged mortise and tenon, or a haunched mortise and tenon, and you've got a bare-faced blind mortise and tenon, which is what we're going to be doing today. To show you how difficult you can get with these things, let me read a couple of these off to you here. All right, you can do a through mortise and tenon, a corner through mortise and tenon, a blind mortise and tenon, a corner blind, an angle haunched bare-faced, an in wedge through, an interlocking, long and short shoulder, loose, open through, round, tusk mortise and tenon, twin mortise. Okay, it's crazy town. We are going to keep it super simple today. Are y'all hanging with me? I hope so. Okay, so we are going to do what's called a bare-faced blind mortise and tenon joint. This is very simple to do, and the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's amazing to use things like pocket hole jigs and biscuit and domino joiners and all that stuff. It's amazing. And hey, floating tenon is a mortise and tenon joint. However, you don't always have to do that, and it's pretty fun to advance in your woodworking skills and do things that are the next level, okay? But you don't have to get crazy. You don't have to have all these super amazing tools to make this stuff happen. However, I will show you those tools in case you ever did want to buy them. All right, so here's the tenon, all right? Now, a tenon is simply cut out of your skirt piece. Here it was before, here it is after. You can do you can use a couple ways to cut that out. You can mark it and use a jigsaw. Look. There you go. Cut it out. You can also use a dado blade on your table saw, and you can run it through, and essentially you're cutting that out. That's also complicated. A lot of people out there don't have a table saw. So how are you doing it if you're at home and you just want to try this out? Well, whip out your hacksaw. Okay? All you're going to do, hey, you're going to drop your piece of wood, and then you're going to pick it up. You're going to mark this out, and you're just going to saw it, just like that. Or you can get really fancy with one of these guys, Japanese flush cutting saw. Not flesh cutting, but flush cut saw. And Jay Pickens, if you're watching, thank you so much. I love you too, homie. Talk to you soon, I'm sure. This guy right here, Japanese flat flush cut saw. You can use this, and you can cut out your little notch, and voila, you have a tenon. So you don't have to have a table saw or anything even electronic. You can just use this. Electric? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, with a motor, something you have to plug in. You don't have to have all that stuff. It's all great, believe me, I love it, but you don't have to have it. Okay, how do you make the tenon? We're at 5 minutes, so we're going to go pretty quick. How do you make this tenon? Okay, that's a square, this mortise, excuse me. How do you make this mortise? A mortise is essentially a square hole. Well, you can use what is called a dedicated mortiser. Now, I actually have one of the bits. Demi, come over here really quick. We're going to show you really up close what happens here. A dedicated mortiser is a chisel bit. Come on in really close there. This is a chisel bit, and inside is a drill bit. So it simultaneously cuts a hole in the piece of wood, it drills a hole, and it chisels out square edges. So this is what it looks like up close. See? You have this chisel bit, all right, and the drill bit fits right in there like that, okay, or the auger bit, if you will, whatever. And it spins separately inside as you go down, and this, you press down like this, okay? And as you press down, watch this, as you press down, the chiseled sides, they're cutting out the square, or the straight sides. Okay, now again, boy, that's complicated. Maybe you don't have enough money to buy one of these tools, a dedicated mortiser. I totally understand. The other way to do that is pretty simple. You're going to take your tenon, okay? You're going to draw it on your piece of wood, your leg, or whatever you're trying to join it to. So ultimately, this is our goal, right? Right here. All right. Notice here, Demi, can you show where I've drawn out our outline of the tenon, how big it's going to be. That's where we're going to go. In this case, this is an inch deep, so this tenon is an inch long, essentially, so I want my hole to be an inch long as well. How do you do that? Well, on these dedicated mortisers, they have stops where you can set the gauge and get it to stop right at an inch, which is really exciting. I'm getting the word to wrap it up because we're at 5 to 7 minutes, so I'm going to really try and hurry. I don't want to lose you guys on these little short tutorials, so here we go. What I've done is I've taken my drill bit and I've actually marked it with a marker, that's all it is, a Sharpie, at 1 inch. So I know as I go in, I'm an inch deep. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but with this bare-faced blind mortise and tenon joint, you can actually be a little loose on how deep you are. So here we go, we're going to dig this in. There we go. Do one more here. And one more. Whoop. All right, that one's a little rough. I overestimated. Okay, then from there, what do? Next step, pull out your really expensive $15 chisel, right? Because that's how much these things cost. And you get to work. You take your chisel, you got your lines drawn out here. Now this is a little bit more tedious, but you line it up, and you go to town. And you just carve out the edges. See? Pretty simple. Now, I don't have time to sit here and carve this whole thing out for you today, and that would be kind of boring, right? Just like we don't watch an entire pie bake on a cooking channel. So, what I've done, you keep doing that, chiseling it out, voila, have a lot of fun. In the end, you get right back to the square hole that you were going for. You didn't have to use a lot of expensive tools. I'm sweating. It's very hot in here in Waco right now. It's very hot. I feel very warm all over. I hope it's cool where you are, because it should be. It's October, for crying out loud. Anyhow, okay, this is your square hole. This is your tenon, and they fit together. Voila. Now listen, as I said, these things can get crazy complicated, and there might be a couple actual real woodworkers, unlike myself, who know what they're talking about. And maybe they're watching this going, oh, there's another better... I get it, guys. I totally get it. There are 1,000 different ways to do this. This is not the end-all, be-all way to do it. But I want to give you something so that you can go home and try this on your own. It's an easy way, without having to spend a lot of money, to try a new technique in woodworking that will allow you to take your skills, like I said, to the next level. There's kind of a fun feeling that comes with being able to tell someone, yeah, that table's held together with 0 nails, 0 screws, or anything like that. I used only Mortise and Tenon joinery, and tongue and groove joinery, which another day from now we will do, or in another time from now we will do tongue and groove joinery as well. But you can build a piece of furniture that's held together completely with nothing but glue, and there's a certain satisfaction that comes with that. This is how you start. Simple ways. Give it a try. Put it on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I'm at Clint Harp Official on Instagram and at Clinton Harp, I think, on Twitter. And, of course, Harp Design Co. on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Man, put all that stuff out there and tag us because we want to see the work that you're doing. Give it a shot. It's pretty fun. That's it. We didn't have time for questions and stuff today. I appreciate you hanging in there and listening the whole time. Okay, I'm out.